Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna will continue. Another day, the master was seated on the small couch in his room with his usual beaming countenance. Regarding this, we discussed yesterday how the Satchidananda, the absolute existence, how that manifests. The God, the impersonal, when he becomes personal, there is an extra beauty, extra expression of that bliss absolute. It is like a wave coming in an ocean. Ocean still is unimaginable to see and enjoy. Waves coming, the sun shining behind, all this adds to its beauty. So here the beaming countenance is not of the world, of the transcendental realm. That's what we see. Anandakanda. The Krishna was called in the baby days as Anandakanda. And the same thing we see. What Upanishads constantly tell about Ananda. Everything. The whole universe has sprung from the Ananda. It is sustained by Ananda and it dissolves in the Ananda. Ananda deva kalvimani bhutani jayante anandam pratyavishanti. From there it's sustained, and so that Ananda of the transcendental is beaming through his face. This we see not now, but from the childhood. When he used to play, the mother used to feel, how many more forms can I see you of? It is every moment he is changing his posture, every moment he is changing his face. Now he would move like Rama and show some acting of the Ramayana. Next moment he will be showing like Krishna. Various aspects. Whatever he sees, whatever he hears, he will demonstrate and see. And that demonstration is to please every one of the village. And we saw in the earlier classes how people used to be mad after him. So like that is this beaming countenance. Yam arrived with Kali Krishna, Yam has come again, with Kali Krishna, who did not know where his friend M was taking him. He had only been told, if you want to see a grog shop, then come with me. You will see a huge jar of wine there. M related this to Sri Ramakrishna, who laughed about it. The master said, the bliss of worship and communion with God is the true wine, wine of ecstatic love. The goal of human life is to love God. Bhakti is the one essential thing. To know God through jnana and reasoning is extremely difficult. Here, M had come a few times, but the way in which he has experienced Sri Ramakrishna and seen the whole scene has imprinted in his mind of something beyond. Yesterday, a few people were telling, after witnessing directly face to face the worship of Shiva here, and so many things that was offered to the Shiva after his Naivedyam, Bhojanante Seva. It was charming. And they say, we did not know the time passing, we did not know where we were, somewhere lost as if in heavens. That was the expression. Imagine if God Himself has come down and playing a play, how it would be. With Parthiva Linga here, made up of stone, the invocation of God, His living presence, and all that could make a man feel to the depths of his existence what would be when Sri Ramakrishna directly, that M had experienced. See, one part is revelation of God, and the other part is the devotee who is witnessing his capability to absorb how much he can understand of Sri Ramakrishna. Another, how much Sri Ramakrishna can reveal himself to him. Sri Ramakrishna may reveal his absolute existence also. If I have no eyes to see it, I can't. He has to give me the Divya Chakshu as well as his Rupa Darshana. Otherwise it is impossible to know. But this much is true. If you inhabit in God, if you dwell in God, His presence will dwell within you. If you dwell in God, you are always immersed in God, then God will be within you. He is immersed in you. If you are immersed in Him, He is immersed in you, within you. You can experience that. So here, M has experienced that experience by which Sri Ramakrishna has entered into him and started living in him, more than M is living in Sri Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna has started living in his heart. And that experience of joy, unimaginable dimensions of joy, is making him express this and bring a friend. Kali Krishna, same Kali Krishna. That Uttoka Karunamai sings to mother. What is his name? Huh? Padma? No. Mother gives Bilva Patra. Kalipada Ghosh. Yes, Kalipada Ghosh. This is Kali Krishna. So, here we see he has brought that friend of his, telling him, this person perhaps is very fond of drinks. So, he has told him, if you want to see a grog shop, means where the liquors are sold, then come with me. You will see a huge jar of wine there. M related this to Sri Ramakrishna, who laughed about it. Each is significant. And Master said, the laughter suggests here not fun, but an apt expression, an apt example what maximum joy a thing can give to a person and make him forget the world. Many things are there of enjoyment, it will not make him forget the world. These liquors make him forget himself and the world. And there you see, he is explaining, Sri Ramakrishna is explaining its essence, what he has told him. Sri Ramakrishna is confirming and extending its meaning, how that apt example relates. Master said, the bliss of worship and communion with God is the true wine, wine of ecstatic love. Now, what is love? Love is expression of Atman. Love and time, kala, doesn't come as a part of Prakriti. It is not a part of Prakriti. Pancha Jnanendriya, Pancha Karmendriya, Pancha Prana, Buddhi, Manas, all these parts of our existence belong to Prakriti nature. Love doesn't belong to Prakriti. Love is manifestation of Atman. Atman is flowing out, self is flowing out as for yourself as Ananda, for the world as love. The objective flow is love. Subjective experience is Ananda. So here the love is an expression of Atman, expression of self. Yourself, as if yourself is flowing out as love. Now, this love, if you direct towards the world, if it starts flowing to any object or any person in the world, there is a media in between. Our bodily existence is there, the body-mind complex, physical body is there, pranas are there, then senses are there, mind is there, intellect is there, all these want their share. The senses want their, I want to love someone, senses want their share, I too want to enjoy. Mind wants to enjoy, intellect wants to enjoy. Last, the love itself is flowing very little because it is an external expression. It cannot flood because object to which I am focusing is a temporary passing event. How long will that object remain? My love can never be fulfilled when it is turned to world because it is constantly changing object. Whomever our love, it is constantly, it is under not its vasha. It is under the karmic load, it is under the vasanas. It will be jumping about how to love a thing which is not, there is no consistency. And I am not in my vasha. I am under my vasanas. So there can be, when I want to love, I want to have, it is not available. So always we see it is a deception, an enticement without fulfillment. External love can never be fulfilled. Ultimately that disappears. Object of love disappears. So it remains unfulfilled. A little comes out because of the layers, and all layers are demanding for their enjoyment. And last, a little love comes that I cannot apply because of the instability of the object I love. When it turned inward, there is no media. The love comes in torrents, like flood. it comes and moves towards the inward divine. Only there you will get, because the object is constancy. It is eternal. It is not changing its phases. I love God. God is a constant entity which doesn't change every moment. It is not under the karmic load. It is Ananda Swarupa. So I can pour love on God. My whole existence can dissolve in Him. Here, when we objectify love, focus our love to anything external object, first thing is it is limited and it is passing through various agents before it can reach the object. When it is turned inward, there is no media in which it has to pass through. It is just coming out and going into the Absolute. It is coming from the Absolute and going into the Absolute. From self to Brahman it is flowing. God is a manifestation. So even personal God is a manifestation of the Absolute. Direct manifestations. The consciousness, the flow of it is flow of consciousness, Chaitanya. Chaitanya is flowing like. Now Chaitanya, flow of consciousness, whatever comes out is not our existence. It is like sun and sun. My existential consciousness, Chaitanya, is like sun. And I am conscious of this world. This consciousness, the manifested consciousness and existential consciousness, Astitva and Prakatya. The manifested consciousness is like sunlight and sunshine, and existential consciousness is like the sun. Sun is within, the sunshine is coming out. This consciousness is, you imagine it with respect to love. The love internal is existential. Your existence is merging in the existence of God. When you love, your existence is merging in the existence of God. Here, when it is turned outward, your existence remains as it is without any fulfillment. Because of ignorance, there is no fulfillment. But whomever I love, I focus the consciousness which is manifested. I give only sunshine, and sun is within. And because of these screens, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya and all these, the opaqueness goes on increasing. Each is a, what you call, glasses we wear? Cooling glass. Like translucent layers. When the sunshine comes also, it comes through the glass, which is colored glass. What cooling glass you say? Yeah? No, something. Sunglasses. Like that, windows and all, in cars and all we put. Like that, these layers, that even the manifested consciousness comes to focus my love. It has become already like inside the room you see the sunshine. Its sunshine is outside, sun is somewhere, its reflected light is coming here. Not even direct sunshine. So that consciousness is want to unite with that object. The sunlight wants to meet that object. Sun is there, hungry. He is not getting the object. When it turned inward, it is getting, the individual consciousness is getting the absolute consciousness. Do you understand the difference between loving God And loving the world, loving world is sunshine, reflected sunshine, want to possess an object. Here, loving God is your whole existence is going to merge in the infinite existence, individual existence is going to merge in the, like sugar dissolving in water, in ocean, you are going to dissolve in God. In Ananda Sagara, Sachidananda Sagara, you are going to lose. This is called ecstatic love of God. Ecstatic love of God, where you are losing yourself. The term you see, ecstatic love, as if it is a samadhi sthiti. Ecstatic means where you have forgotten yourself and forgotten the world outside. So, the Master said, the bliss of worship and communion with God. Worship is a loving offering. Offering mainly my senses. Senses are the things which are going to get all the information of the external world. Masala dosa is there, the eyes come and tell. With children you must see, now and then they will go and open the fridge and see what is inside. You can see what is there. That object, senses, one small sound, street dogs you can see, the plastic sound, kurkum, immediately it will see. If you call its name also, it will not see so fast. If it hears the plastic sound, it immediately understands some eatable is there. So, like that, senses bring the information for these senses are offered in puja. When senses are offered, it will, instead of catching the word, it is going to catch the God. It is going to bring the information about the God. And what is in and through that offering, what are we giving? Our love. Worship is a entirely different process in which ultimately the worshipper and the worshipped become one. Worshipper merges in the worshipped. The union of the worshipper and worship. Communion. I am going to sit and talk with one person, play with one person. You can see in the school, children putting hand on the shoulders, they will be moving about here, there, and talking so many things. My granny told like this, my mummy told like this, all things. This is communion. You will have communion with God. You express your feelings. You express what all you want to tell, where you cannot tell anything to anybody. All those things, prattle, go on prattling with God. Making fun, cutting jokes, all this is the process of communion. You feel absolutely free, and God also comes down to the level of being free with you, like a father playing with his children. Father, when he plays with children, he becomes a child. All 3-4 children, they are playing, he is also one of the child. He forgets that he is father, assumes the role of a child and moves with the children. He starts talking, same language the children speak. They cannot express some of the words properly. This father also starts speaking like that. And this is when so much of freedom. Children also have equal freedom. He also has equal freedom. But look at the purity of children. innocence of children. A father playing with their children he is manifesting, he is covering all his defects and manifesting that innocence and purity and talking to them. Now, this is communion. God coming and playing with you as if father plays with his small children at home. Communion, the term communion I am trying to bring to your home because it is an essential thing. We commune with God, we commune with God. Means absolute freedom. I can do anything. I can go and sit on his shoulders, climb on his head, do anything, pull his hairs. That much of freedom. Whatever I want to express, I may weep, I may laugh, I may sing, I may dance. Children and all you see, in front of parents, how they dance like monkeys. So is your communion with God. It is a world, different world. World where there is no impurity, no doshas of this world. Purity meeting purity, divinity meeting divinity, and exchanging the divine feelings is communion. So this bliss of worship, bliss of communion with God is the true wine. Why does he say it wine? It is making you forget yourself and forget the world. Of all the intoxicants, various, now smoking, beedi cigarette and all that, it works only at bodily level. Ganja and hemp and all that will work only on mind. Up to mind it goes. Smoking doesn't go up to mind. It only thrills your bodily existence. Up to mind, it will go. This one will, hemp will take, and it affects consciousness. Liquor affects consciousness. That is why liquor is prohibited, because you become unconscious. Unconscious because of the detached state of mind from the consciousness. And consciousness is covered by tamas, darkness. Like as if he is in sleep, it is covered. Here, the same thing happens, but in light. You forget the world, you forget yourself in loving God. He is here, light is there. You've forgotten the world and body in the same way as the others in sleep or in drinks they do. But here, internal awakening is there. There, internal darkness is there. Here, internal light is there. So he says, it is true wine. True wine means it's real, that which doesn't belong to you is separating from you. These are all, Prakriti is part of Prakriti, nature. Body is Prakriti. This Chaitanya is lighting up within. There it is not in wine, but the external features are same, internal features are different. He is in the Ananda Sagara, he is in Dukkha Sagara. Forgetting the world, when he comes, little by little consciousness, you can see how he repents for what he has done. Each error that a man does in enjoying the world, in any way, he repents. But here, it escalates him. It makes him elated. Oh, I have achieved something in my life. Achieve. contentment. Here, I have lost something in my life. Exactly opposite directions. So this is true wine, that is false wine. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.